Hey everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toytoons, the official live stream here on my channel, weekly live stream here on my channel, in which we gather around the modern day campfires of our iPhone screens, of our computer monitors, and talk about everything that happened in the Weekend Geek. Also, every week at the top of the coming hour, I unbox and play with, style up, pose a 6-scale figure du jour. All my French viewers out there, all one of you, what's French for of the week? I've got nothing. Anyway, welcome everybody. I can see already that there's a lot of people in the chats. Lots of cool stuff happened this week. Couple things that I want to talk about is the Halo series on Paramount Plus. I gave that a quick binge over the last 3 days, something like that, maybe 4, I don't know. 8 episodes, 2 a day, maybe, I don't know. But want to talk about that a little bit. Also want to do a little bit of a deep dive into Ahsoka. I watched a video that was kind of cool. I'm distracted by comments. I'm distracted by all kinds of things. I'm distracted by coffee. I'm distracted by the fact that my dog is going to pee in the kitchen in about 5 seconds. And I'm distracted by my brain injury. Yes. If you notice me doing things even more so than usual, things like slurring my speech, things like forgetting words more often than usual. I'm concussed. I was in a terrible auto accident 2 weeks ago, and turns out that the woman who hit me was doing 71 and a 25 with her engine in the red. Yeah. So there's that. I'm glad I lawyered up. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, moving on. Where am I? Okay. So, Ahsoka. I watched this live stream, and, not this live stream, I'm sorry. I watched a YouTube channel, found out about a YouTube channel. A friend of mine at Sideshow sent me a link to it. And the guy does this thing like it's one of those guys that just talks about Star Wars on his videos. He's got like 1.5 million subscribers, so how I never heard of him before, I don't know. I don't really watch those channels, so maybe that's why it's not in my algorithm. De la Semaine? I should have known to ask you. What was I thinking? Thank you, Brandy Woods. Anyway, you can actually send me a recording of how to pronounce it so I don't butcher it like I surely just did. Anyway, so I was talking to this guy. No, I was watching this guy's thing on YouTube. God, dudes, I am out of it. Okay. And he was talking about what was going on with Ahsoka in episode 5. And also a bit about what's going on in episode 6. And I don't follow Legends. I don't do deep dives into stuff. I sure don't follow like the Jedi Adventures books or whatever they were called, the young adult novels. I've never read one of those. But he was talking about... Let's go ahead and pop that up, just for confirmation. Is it not showing up? There we go. Oh, that's not it. That's not Star Wars. It's not Star Wars Theory. That's amazing. Okay. Thank you, Brandy. So getting back to Ahsoka. All that business that went on with Anakin and Ahsoka in the world within worlds, this guy is theorizing, and I think he might be right, that Anakin isn't just showing up as a Force ghost in the world between worlds. He has, in fact, taken up the role of the father in the Mortis series. All of you out there who've watched Clone Wars and Rebels and devoured it as voraciously as I have, can you devour voraciously, or was that a concussion moment? I don't know. Anyway, that's interesting, right? That's interesting. I would love that if that was actually a thing. And what gets me is... Everybody say it with me now. I am Ahsoka the White. Right? Isn't that cool? I mean, did anybody else notice that? She starts out Ahsoka the Gray in all the previous shows and in the first few episodes of this series, and then she dies in combat with a dark acolyte and comes back and dons this white getup, and yeah, that means something. They're telling us something there. This is something that about Ahsoka's future that we're being given a glimpse of there. So yeah. By the way, just want to say that if anybody saw that post on the YouTube channel, the Facebook group, on the Posing Posse Facebook group, about Dave Filoni being granted a live-action trilogy of movies based on the Clone Wars. That was bogus. I actually didn't check. I didn't do my homework, and I should have, because I went to clicked on the link for the guys for the source, and it actually says on his banner that it's fake news, it's satire, it's all these things. He actually openly admits it on the top of his page. Anyway, so that's something I would like to discuss, or like to see discussed in the chats. If you guys have heard anything about that, or if you have any thoughts about that, then I'm interested in hearing them. Let me know. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? It'll come to me. For now, let's go up to the chat. Let's see who's here. I want to go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chats. Let's go ahead and hide that current comment and show up StreamYard once again. First to the show. I got to get used to that and stop doing that, because I really don't want to give StreamYard a voice in here. Anyway, first actual commenter, of course, is Steve Nara from across the big pond. Good to see you in the chats as always. I could just be chugging this coffee. Look, I've got another pot brewing over here. Pot, it's actually a cup. Wow, Bad Wolf Mito, only number 2. That's fantastic. Good for you, dude. And let's see, we got Steve Nara again. Bad Wolf Brandy Woods is here. I'm number 3. Wow, that's good for you. Keith Lee, number 4. Slacking, bro. Slacking. Anybody pick up anything cool this week? He's acting. I picked up artwork for Avengers, which is pretty darn cool. Is that the one that you saw over at my place the other day when you were here? That's right. Keith Lee's been in my house. That's right. That's right. He's peeked behind the curtain. And I'll be surprised if I see him again. What did I get this week? I got parts. Sideshow sent me replacement parts for my Mimi. That sounded PG-13. That's actually my Mysterio's Iron Man Illusion figure. It shipped to me with a arm that didn't have a working light up feature, and also the head. For some reason, the screw was screwed up. Piper's peeing. Told you. Good girl. I'm just glad she's peeing. I mean, she can live another day. So I got an arm with a light up feature. The head that I got with the figure, actually I couldn't access, something was wrong with the screw, and I couldn't access the battery compartment, so technically that didn't have a light up feature either. So that came in. What else did I get today? You know what's coming tomorrow? Hasbro Black Series Scout Trooper helmet. Yes. Yes. Adding to the helmet collection. I didn't think I was going to do that. In fact, I forgot all about the Scout Trooper helmet being a thing. Not only did I pick it up, I picked it up on a deal. It was like 25% off on Amazon, and I think it still is. So if you're on the hunt for a Hasbro Black Series Scout Trooper helmet, and it's really cool, then you should think about hopping on over to Amazon, and or bouncing on over to Amazon, or running on over to Amazon, your preferred method of ambulation. And good word use, right? Yeah. Concussion. I scoff at concussions. But anyway, moving right along. I think that's all that I picked up this week. I've got a box of stuff that Sideshow sent that's already out. They want me to do something with all the figures, with all the Spider-Man figures. So I've got the battling version Spider-Man suit over there. I've got which one did they send me? Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield. I've got the Lizard base. So they want me to do something. I'm actually not clear what they want me to do with it. They just said, we're sending you this. And I was like, okay, cool. Not mine. So technically, no. Brandy Woods. Just restocked my fridge, but it's still a pretty stunning display. That's a nice acquisition. I'm still operating on the grocery shop that I did the day before my accident 2 weeks ago. So I'm coming up on 2 weeks without an actual grocery shop. Desmond Hassing is here. Good to see you, my friend. Love to hear your thoughts on what I just talked about with that. Good morning to Luis Escavilla. I love that you're here. Your enthusiasm is palpable as always. Oh, there it is. Okay. Still getting used to StreamYard here, everybody. Who haven't I said hi to? Kumar is here. Dude, that thing that you did with all the different Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader things. I feel like I said that last week, or was that just about some other figure? Yeah. I think you also picked up something else for your clones, right? Was the 442nd Trooper the one that you picked up? Luis is really looking forward to this stream. I hope I'm measuring up, my friend. I can tell you right now that I'm really, really out of it today. I had an MRI yesterday for the neck and back issues that I've been experiencing since the crash. And I don't know if you guys have ever had an MRI, but those things are uncomfortable as hell. You're just laying down on some hard plastic with a bunch of loud noises. It's exactly what I feel like it would sound like, or the experience would be like, if you smuggled yourself into the engine drive of an alien craft going through space and entering hyperspace. Just a lot of loud booms and crashes and knocks and noises, and they give you earplugs, and it screwed up my back. My back feels terrible. And my neck. I'm just doing this all the time. So if you see me doing funky head movements, it's not just the music. Level check, by the way. Can you guys hear the music? Because last week it looks like I had some settings all screwed up, so the music wasn't being picked up. So let me know if you're not hearing the music. Because what's the use of having disco week if you can't hear the disco? Michael Black is here, a recent addition to the group. See? My mind just goes blank. Scott came over the other day, and he was hanging out, and he interrupted it. He said, dude, I don't want you to feel self-conscious, but 3 times now you've had like a glitch in the matrix while you've been talking. And I'm like, oh, well, that tracks. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to go back and watch this in the previous week's video. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? It's actually decidedly light in the comments today. A lot of, yeah, is that what you showed me, Steve? The Heat Boys Mecha Leonardo and, well, I didn't, okay. I think that you showed me the photo of the Mecha Leonardo, which was really cool. If you guys haven't seen those, check them out. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't get a vasectomy. Kids. Pierre P is here from the sunny state of Florida. My friend, Darren Carnell is in Florida right now for his wedding anniversary. Not sure how many years. Is it 15? 25? No, it's not 25. It's got to be like 15. But anyway, they're doing it all, man. They've gone to Galaxy's Edge. They're going to Kennedy Space Center. I was supposed to go to Kennedy Space Center with them next week at some point, but you know, car crash and all that good stuff. So I'm not going. Yeah, Disney. Right now they're in Key West at an amazing Airbnb. It just makes me want to travel more, even if I travel in the States, where I can travel for free. That's a flex, if there ever was one. Oh God, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Commander Green is here. Hey Harold, good to see you. I also am 2-cupping it today, so I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this to kick in before I actually start posing. Man, I coffeeed up to do that Wonder Woman video. Did that drop today? Did I just let the cat out of the bag? There's a first time for everything. I think I just slipped up. No, we're fine, because those photos dropped a long time ago, right? They got me that figure late. Anyway, if it hasn't dropped already, it's going to be dropping soon. So be on the lookout for a Wonder Woman first look. You heard it here first. Okay, we're finally to the point where I was almost here. Rob Perisho is here though. That's good. Dude, you've been active in the group, man, and I welcome that. I love that. I love that so much. By the way, if you haven't joined the group, just 1 second. I'll provide a link. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that if you're on Facebook, then you probably have already subscribed. Joined? I think joined. I'm gonna go ahead and post this right here, because that's the only way I know how to do things. TK421, also from across the big pond, and a freaking prolific YouTuber in his own right. Certainly more so than I. Excuse me, I love his channel because he's just so overwhelmingly positive. Slurring my speech. And I have so many nice things. I want to say all the nice things about TK421. Chris, your channel is amazing. It's just so much fun. Your joy brings me joy. You legitimately bring back for me the excitement of when I was first getting into 6-scale figures, and how just exciting it was every time that you knew one was coming and every time that you opened one up. And if you wanna get the purest, most unadulterated glee out of watching a grown man open up action figures, then watch this channel. But if you want to watch something else, then also watch Chris's channel, TK421 Collectibles. Seriously, it's worth every bit. Tomorrow is October. That's true. In fact, I had a weird moment where I thought today was October because I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Anthony, 6 Scale Posers, woke me up with a message, which was good because Piper needed to go outside. And when I went back to bed, I picked up my phone and I ordered that helmet, and I was like, your thing arrives tomorrow, October 1st. And I was like, wait, tomorrow's October 1st? What did I miss? For one thing, I thought maybe that I'd miss my ex-wife showing up because she'll be here sometime today. Maybe even during the live stream. Won't that be fun? And not at all awkward. Jeez. Just kidding. I told her don't even bother showing. Don't you dare show up before noon. Unless you want to be on a live stream. Good reference. Anybody else I'm missing? I just want to make sure that I say hi to everybody before 9:30, huh? Kumar, Steve, TK. Wow. Yeah, we're pretty light in the chats today. Considering I advertised this thing, did you guys get a 30-minute notice about the live stream? Jay Marvelous is here. Finally caught a live stream. First time viewer. Jay Marvelous. Do you have a channel? Like an active channel? Obviously you have a channel because you're here with us today. But I feel like I caught a glimpse of a Jay Marvelous YouTube channel or Marvelous something YouTube channel. Don't think it was yours now that I think about it more, but anyway. Oh, yes. Okay, how am I feeling? I think about it more, but anyway. Oh, yes. I don't know what that was about. Weird. Nothing quite like picking up, like saying something and having your phone just start playing randomly, whatever it is you just said. Very disconcerting. How am I feeling? Obviously, neck and back issues are happening. Headaches are under control because I'm constantly taking ibuprofen to combat the swelling in my knee. When I go without taking ibuprofen, the headache resurfaces. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Car's totaled. As I mentioned earlier, they downloaded the black box data. 71 and a 25 with her foot on the floor. That was actually 3 seconds before impact. 2 seconds before impact, she took her foot off the gas, which means she saw my turn signal. And she didn't hit the brakes until the point of impact, when she was doing 58 miles per hour at the point of impact. Boom. Glad Dobby wasn't in my lap because he would have followed my hat right out the window, which was discovered by the first responders, which I mentioned last week, but if you weren't there last week, then that could be fun. That's all that I'm willing to say about the accident itself, because I don't want to fuck anything up with the lawsuit. How's the balance of volume and my volume and the music volume? I feel like I'm safe playing into this volume level. Darth Batman 81 is here. Good to see you, sir. Figure Posing channel is here. Hey, were your ears burning? I was just talking about you. Brandy Woods apparently is just now hearing about the accident. Okay. No, I'm not gonna let Piper out. I've got pee pads down in the kitchen. It's just like a carpet of pee pads. She'll pee and then I'll throw it down in the basement with the dirty laundry, and then she'll pee again, and after about 6 or 7 spots of pee, I do a load of laundry. It's a system. It works. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. Yeah. When her foot's on the floor and it's accelerating, dude. It hadn't shifted into the gear. Yeah. I have their RPMs actually written down too, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But it was like almost 8,000 RPMs. So she was flooring it. Yeah, dude, that's great. Terry's not the male Karen. That's not what that is. No. Were they saying an individual Terry is the male Karen? There's somebody else's name is Karen. I want to say that it's... Yeah, somebody come back with that. I don't know. I don't follow that whole Karen shit. I don't care. No, I'm well aware of Star Wars Theory, Darth Batman, but it was not that one. Man, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up so that you guys can be aware of it, because it's pretty cool. And it's not clear. The Stupendous Wave. The Stupendous Wave. I actually like his voice a bit more than the guy on Star Wars Theory. That's why I judge people's voices. I do. If you're one of my viewers and you happen to be British, then you've got a leg up, because I'm automatically balanced in favor of anybody with an English accent. This is the prophecy, all right. Anakin balancing out the Force. That's it, yeah, maybe so, right? I mean, which is kind of what they were alluding to, what Filoni was alluding to in the Clone Wars with the Mortis series. It looked like an alternate way for him to fulfill the prophecy without destroying the Sith. The open acknowledgement that the darkness is necessary to balance out the light side, which is a philosophical commonality. I mean, that's just something that's, you know, yin yang and all that. I mean, it's been. I mean, both physically, when you're talking about the actual light and shadow kind of a thing, balancing each other out. I mean, that's just the way that the universe works. So, I don't know. Would the universe be better if everybody was nice and got along and everything was perfect? Yeah, probably. I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, moving on. Moving on with that idea. It would be really kind of cool, and I don't know. I haven't really thought this through, but I thought, well, what if we're moving towards Ahsoka taking on one of those roles as well, with this whole Gandalf the Gray, Gandalf the White parallel that we're seeing that I mentioned earlier. What if that's what's happening? What if she's legitimately going to eventually join Anakin as one of those? Oh God, I miss my vocabulary. As one of those guardians of the Force, light side, dark side, what have you. Maybe we're moving towards that, but whatever we're doing, we're clearly going towards another level. Something else that guy whose channel I just shared with you guys was talking about is what's going on with Balin. What's he hearing? And he talks about a character that is essentially the mother of the sister and the brother in the Mortis series, and how there was a story, and I guess it was told in the young adult novels, of the mother and how she wasn't like the father. She wasn't immortal. She actually did age and grow old, and she did something somehow or another. She wound up becoming this monstrous beast, powerful with the dark side, and wound up being banished to another galaxy. Actually, I think in the books, actually, she was banished to the Maw, which is we saw the Maw in Solo. It's that cluster of black holes that they had, the Kessel Run goes through. But the theory being that in this canon, in current canon, the mother will have not been banished to the Maw. She would have been banished to another galaxy far, far away. So you've got this horribly powerful creature, super powerful in the dark side of the Force, who has gone to this planet, turned it into a wasteland. And she's so powerful that even the Night Sisters of Dathomir, or the Night Sisters in general, don't want to be on that planet anymore. Everybody wants to get away. Thrawn wants to get away. Thrawn suddenly is very, very upset, very, very worried about Balin. Like, oh God, what's he doing? We have to get out of here. Number one priority is to get off this planet and escape this galaxy. So something bad is happening on that world, the world whose name I forget. Did Dave Filoni post? Yes. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. It never even occurred to me. I was like, what's a Force Ghost doing in the world between worlds? And why is it able to do all this crazy stuff? When you think about it, all those things that he was taking Ahsoka through, that's exactly the kind of stuff that that the father and the son and the sister were doing with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka on Mortis. Yeah. to start making weird faces so I can screen cap them and create more emojis. I've been really, really lax. Yeah, Emergency Awesome brought up the Mortis Gods angle. Emergency Awesome. Okay, that's another one that I don't know. I should write that down, but I don't have my notebook on me. It's down in the basement because for those who have seen my basement, the last time I described it to you all, the first time I described it, I told you all that it looked like that warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just wall-to-wall boxes everywhere. The last time that I described it to you, I described it as that same warehouse at the beginning of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull after the Nazis have trashed it. It looked pretty bad. But a few days back, I went down there and gutted it. And it would shock you if you knew how many of those boxes were just empty boxes. Or just boxes in need of being condensed. And I have a wide open basement down there now. It's amazing. I've got stuff organized in a way that I've got a row of boxes that are things that are going to be sold. I've got a row of boxes of things that I can't sell for work obligations. I've got a row of boxes of stuff that's here that's actually sideshows that I have to send back. You know, and it's man, it's crazy that I get off my ADHD meds and then I get productive. You can give me your thoughts on that later, Anthony. Is everybody digging the disco? In 25 minutes, you're going to be digging even more disco. I would totally do my impression of Gandalf the White right now, but I really don't feel like I nail it. Enunciation is a problem. Took me 15 minutes yesterday to record dialogue for a 5-minute video. That's how much this head injury is affecting my my ability to do my job. Which I know doesn't sound like a lot of extra time, but when you factor in the fact that I'm having to edit through all that footage and pick out the actual good clips and maybe even splice together 2 half-okay clips in order to make the ideal clip, it took me a long time to do that video that I did yesterday. And I was very, very frustrated. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I rage. Yeah, I just suddenly just will explode and yell like at the top of my lungs, just you know, which is not something I typically do. Dies in combat after fighting on a tiny bridge over the void. I'm assuming this is in reference to Ahsoka. I am Balin Skull as you should have been. Austin Pierce, welcome. That could use a little elaboration. No, Balin is not Ezra's father. Watch this show, dude. Watch it with the kids. They'll love it. Seriously, it's really, really good. Trust me. No, Balin is not Ezra's father. Balin is just Ezra's father and mother are dead. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that actually, we don't find that out until pretty far into the Rebels saga. But yeah, they were some rabble rousers. So he's got rebellion in his blood, I guess you'd say. Yeah. That's it. That's who we're talking about. Thank you. Abeloth. Abeloth is her name. Did you bring that up last week? And I just skipped right over it because I didn't recognize the name, which is exactly the kind of thing that I would do. Yes, Abeloth is the one you want to look up because that seems to be the ongoing theory of what's going on in Ahsoka, which we've got 1 episode left and so much has to happen in that episode. I don't know how they're going to tie it all together. I don't know that there could be a resolution with Thrawn, a permanent resolution for Thrawn. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that they don't resolve it, that they leave it open to further tell this story. This song's jiving. But we'll see. I would like for Thrawn to be alive at the end of the trilogy. I would like for the Night Sisters game to be carried out in our favorite galaxy far, far away. I want that to continue. I don't want it to wrap up. I do want Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine to escape the galaxy somehow, whether it's in the belly of a star whale or aboard the whatever his name's eye. Whose eye is it? Orion's eye? Jupiter's eye? I don't know. I can't remember the name of the ship. The gigantic Star Destroyer-sized space ring. Maybe they sneak aboard the Chimera. No bridgers are killed during their escape. No bridgers are killed. I freaking hope not. Oh, that's a good idea. Floating Star Wars trilogy isn't happening yet, right? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Somebody shipped me an arm. And a head. Tommy K is here. Everybody want to say it? Be silent, Thomas! There. I probably could have done it with more enthusiasm, but... Has Paul been doing live streams? Is Paul here? I applaud you for that, sir. I wish that I was still... I wish I could swing getting that. Oh, Austin's an MRI tech. Yeah. Just saying the word MRI triggered my... Yeah. I don't know if you heard that pop, but it was pretty loud. I'm just like... That's the limit of turning my head to the right. Yeah. Just by way of comparison. Oh, dude, seriously though, I mean, the tech gave me a gold. He said, "You get the gold star today for the person who stayed the most still." So apparently, squirming is something that people do, and I'm like, I'm clocking in at 185 right now, and those are some tight quarters. Can they adjust the size of the MRI machine? What if somebody was beefier? I don't understand. Thank you, everybody, for signing off about the movie music levels. Scrolling down. Oh, good for you. I always applaud somebody for watching Aliens. Did everybody catch the Alien reference in my in the rules in the Facebook group? Yeah. By the way, if you did click on that link and went to the Facebook group, the Posing Posse Facebook group, and you've applied for if you've applied for membership, requested membership, answer the questions. Because I'm not letting people in when they don't answer the questions. I'm very concerned about spammers. I'm very concerned about trolls. Yeah, I don't want to let just anyone in there. You know, so I'm not going to. So, you know, answer the questions. They're very easy. I'll just tell you what they are. What is your name? What is your quest? And what is your favorite lightsaber color? That's it. That's all you have to do. They're not hard. Unless you have a problem. Unless you have a problem. Oh, Big Dog Bounce here. How do we know this? Oh, because he commented. Hey, look at that, dude. Dobby's out. He's not going to howl. He wouldn't howl on a normal day. Sure as hell is not going to howl right now. Commander Green is here. Jay Marvelous. Anybody else popping in? Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm really, really sad about my car, but I was eyeballing an Audi A6 today. Used, low mileage, older, like decade old, but totally within my price range. Depending on how much of a settlement I get, we'll see. God, can you imagine me? And that's like the grandpa Audi car. He says as he stroked his snowy white beard and gazed into the camera. Anyway. Ah, dude, yeah, I totally pre-ordered Chopper. Who pre-ordered Chopper? Does it not look amazing? Hey, and I'm making so many weird noises and so many weird motions. Yeah, it looks so good. And I mentioned in one of the comments, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they engineered his head, because you can tell that you're going to be able to do those weird head tilts of Chopper. You know. Like that. Right? Hey, Chop. Does this... I don't think this figure does it, actually. It just turns back and forth. Yeah. Anyway, we love Chopper. Oh, well, don't get... No, don't... I'm not giving you a big head over it. Forget it. Yeah. Chatterback Chopper. How do I turn you off? He gets so bummed out when I turn him off. Oh, who's Windman? Checking in from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We truly are international. Wait. No, sorry. my sense of humor got a concussion as well. Yeah, lots of people getting Chopper. That's cool. Scrolling through the obligatory howdies to Big Dog Pound. He's very popular. The notorious BDP. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. It's really good. The Wonder Woman is really, really good. She's a challenge. There's a lot of finessing. And I don't mean with the hair. The hair actually stays nicely in place. This is the figure that will make me change my mind about the whole rooted hair thing. I've been very vocal about the fact that I just don't do rooted hair figures. I don't like them. I legit don't like them. They bother me. I want to pose the figure. I don't want to have to style the hair. You know, I would much rather deal with plastic. And plus, they just go all wibbly on me. It seems like over time they just go bad. But this figure, I'm not going to bring it out. I haven't asked permission, so I'm not going to bring it out. But it's so good. But the strap, the harness, it's a challenge. Hanging the shield from the back and keeping it there while you're posing the figure is a challenge. So when you get it, expect to have some difficulties there. Now, what I really liked about it was, unlike previous versions, the suit is semi-pliable. So you can get some torso articulation in. That's cool, right? Yeah, so I was able to do some actually much cooler poses than I was able to do with previous versions of Wonder Woman. So yeah, I'm all in on that. 9:46, got to keep an eye on the time. Oh, dude, yeah, let me just give that. I'm just thrilled with the participation in the group. And I'm also thrilled with the respect for the boundaries that I've had to lay down for everybody when it comes to, insofar as posting images or whatever of unlicensed figures or custom figures being sold. There's a gray area in the custom figure thing that I'm thinking about exploring and seeing how everybody reacts to it. Like, if you customize your own figure, okay. I think the issue with what my employer has is for people who customize figures and then sell them. That's the problem. So we're exploring a gray area there. So stay tuned, pay attention, keep your eyes on the rules. But I will post if anything changes. Kenneth Bird is here. No relation to Larry. Let's warm up that coffee. Oh, don't spill it on the desk. There we go. Like magic. What do you drink? Not tea. Anyway. Scrolling. Just subscribed. That's cool. Yeah, you should. Chris is good people. I hope to get over there. Do you drink? I hope to get over there and drink with you someday. Have to pint or a glass. I'm glad, man. I'm glad you earned it. It's yeah, you legitimately, like, I was in a low place collecting for a little while there, like not quite a year ago, and watching your videos really helped bring me out of it. This is what it's all about. They walk hand in hand. Unlike me and my ex, she was never one for hand holding. Frosty woman. I'm trying to super scroll as opposed to super scroll. I'm trying to super scroll past all these and just trying to cherry pick like the ones that are actual questions. Wow, yeah. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to. I've had bad accidents. I've had bad motorcycle accidents. I've totaled in my life 3 motorcycles. Two of those accidents, I wasn't wearing a helmet and I walked away. So I am a historically speaking, a tough son of a bitch. And this one really got me. This is the first time that I've walked away, and I didn't think I was hurt at the accident site. I remember thinking, well, I obviously hit my head, but there's no blood. Well, it turned out the cap that I'm wearing right now actually cushioned the blow. And yeah. But I knew something was off with my knee, but you know, I didn't know it was going to be that bad. And neck and everything just kind of hurt, but you feel stiff after you've been hit that hard. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird. They're actually currently downloading my data to see how fast I was going, to see what my steering wheel angle was when I was shifting lanes, to see how hard I was changing. And I already know that's not going to work in my favor. You can just tell by looking at the video. But oh yeah. That's weird. That's it, Kevin. Is that it? My God, how far behind am I? Quite far behind. I would love Shin to get the sun. That's an interesting idea. Something's gonna happen there. Oh God. My scapula aches. Is a phrase I never thought I'd use on a live stream. Oh yeah, have we seen Morai? It's been a few years. Morai might be gone. Of course, we don't know how long those birds live. Nice one. Excuse me. Everybody's intrigued about Balin. Yeah, everybody. Okay. Abeloth. However it's spelled, bro. However it's spelled. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, there was some weird stuff going on there at the accident site. I'm like, everything at that accident site was working against me. She gave a bogus insurance card to me at first. Then she gave me a different insurance card that was for a different car. It's for a Volkswagen. I got hit by another Audi. Audi on Audi violence is real. And then we got her on camera admitting fault. For those who don't know, an Uber driver stopped, turned around, came back, and gave me her phone number and sent me her dash cam video of the accident. So, but yeah, I just so got her admitting fault. The police report says I was making a U-turn, which no way in hell was I making a U-turn. I was heading to IKEA, which was in the direction I was traveling. So why would I make a U-turn? That doesn't make any freaking sense. But I don't know. And they listed her as not at fault. They listed her alcohol. Was alcohol involved? Yes, no, unknown. They listed it as no. And on me, they put unknown. And it was very clear that this cop and this girl were hitting it off. He was a young guy. She was a young girl. I was doomed. Yeah, I'm so glad that I got a lawyer, because everything was stacked against me. Dude, that's something I didn't want to bring up last week because it was still too fresh, but I got tears in my eyes over that, man. That, the whole notion that the old stories, the History of Galaxy parts 1, 2, and 3, which... Did I talk about this last week? I feel like I've talked about this. Anyway, History of the Galaxy parts 1, 2, and 3. And to which Ahsoka says, of which the first is clearly the best. All right. Which one is she talking about? That was clever. That was clever because you know that no one is going to say the sequel trilogy was the best of the trilogies, right? So that leaves prequel fans and OT fans. So depending on your perspective, anybody can actually lay claim to Ahsoka's statement that the first one is the best. because the OT came out obviously historically first. That was the first, but canonically and in, you know, timeline order, the prequel trilogy came first. So which one was she talking about? I'll let you guys fight it out. Peridia is the name of the planet. Thank you so much. If Ahsoka becomes the daughter of the light side, it will be kind of fascist. So Ahsoka is being very authoritarian in the TV show so far from my point of view. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that one stew. I don't recall. I've not had that feeling. Yeah, I'm also unclear to exactly the nature of the bond between Sabine and Ahsoka. Nice. Did that emoji show up on YouTube? Because again, it doesn't show up on StreamYard. I really feel Anakin taking over the Mortis father makes more sense. A dark side user would not be able to be a Force ghost, right? Anakin clearly can be in both light and dark side. God, the imagery in that, in those world between world sequences was just so beautiful, man. I mean, I really am jealous of anybody out there who got to go watch that episode on the big screen when they aired it on the big screen. I would have been there. I would have been there. But St. Louis doesn't show the geek love. Oh, I canceled that. Yeah, I canceled that. I saw some reviews on it and I was just like, nah. That money's better put towards a 6-scale figure. By the way, fun fact about me, I struggle with saying 6-scale. And it's even worse now. I really have to focus on it. When I was in the sound booth recording the audio for the most recent, I kept flubbing that. It comes out as a Z. I do that frequently with my S's. Like when I say my sister, I have to stop and do like a weird thing at the back of my throat to bring my tongue to where it's actually supposed to be in order to get the S sound. Because otherwise I will just say zister. Weird. I just got 2 new Star Wars Hot Toys figures for my collection and I love them. Share, dude. Which ones? Which ones? You can't just leave that dangling out there. You gotta tell us more. Yeah, no. No. I would actually be disappointed in that. I love the idea of him having a brother who wasn't Force sensitive. Besides, I can't imagine that the Jedi would have taken in siblings and then kept their kinship secret. But who knows? Who knows? But no, I can't imagine that Balin is his brother. No way. What? I mean, was that just fantasizing, Laura? Send me a link. Because I want to poke that person. Oh, Ahsoka DX and Bo-Katan. Good choices. Good choices. I have both of those on display in my bedroom. Not as weird as it sounds. Can't tell if that's a reference to Ahsoka or to me. Yeah, I think so. And we'll be required viewing for future shows, Mandoverse movies. That's exactly my hope. I don't usually hope that. I don't usually hope for cliffhangers. I like things to be wrapped up. Bad Wolf agrees. I like that idea. I'm on board with that. Yeah, that's kind of... It's interesting because it happens to coincide with her taking on the white robes, so to speak. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. Also, that laughter, that just kind of feels very Mortis-esque to me. You saw stuff like that happening with the character, with the Mortis siblings. Yeah, man, I'm hoping that that's what happens. I have not done a deep dive or a close comparison between the costume that we got in the DX figure, which I believe is identical to the outfit that she wore in the Mandalorian. Okay, let me backtrack. Glitch in the Matrix. I believe that the outfit she wears in the first few episodes of Ahsoka is the same identical outfit to what she wore in Mando and Book of Boba Fett. But I could be wrong. There could be some minor differences. Will they be minor? Will the differences be major enough to warrant an additional figure? I don't know, but my hope, my very, very fervent hope, is that if Hot Toys chooses to go with one look, they go with the white look. I think it's more important to the story, to the character, to everything. And I think that I really, really want to get that. I don't always get what I want, but I'm hoping that I do in this case. Okay, sorry. Oh, so many comments. Are we not friends on Facebook? Just go to that link that I provided up there. I'll just post it in the comments again. That is the Poser Posse Facebook group. Luis, you can join there and then click on... I believe my Facebook group is basically facebook.com/Terry35mm. I think. And I do vet my friend requests. If I can't see any information about you and you send me a friend request, I'm probably not going to accept it. If all I see on your page is sports updates, I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. So identify yourself. If you do send me a Facebook request and I can't see any information about you, be sure to send me a message in Messenger, identifying yourself and saying, hey, because I have no problem with people who I don't know friending me on Facebook. It's totally fine. Colombian love. I have no idea why I said your name like that. Dawn would return to the Galaxy. I see a lot of reference of Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire trilogy. They are, yeah. Yeah, I can see both the arguments for and against returning him to the galaxy, but I really feel like it's going to throw a lot of really awesome fodder into the sequel universe, the TV universe. We talked about that. Actually, Guy and I talked about that, how fun it would be if I actually showed up for an Unsealed episode or something like that, and he was actually showing off my range of motion. That hurt. What time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. It's time to pose. Hey, look who's here. It's Ali Lee. Yeah, you haven't been in a while. Hopefully I don't feel like I'm nearly as entertaining as I usually am, which is saying something. Simo's here. What's up, John? Welcome. Icarus is here. All right, we're finally getting some people in here, and just in time for me to start posing. So, yeah, dude. Same. I didn't get it. I missed out. Which is fine. It's really not... That version of Anakin really isn't in my correcting wheelhouse, although had I known what was coming in Ahsoka, it probably would have been. Excuse me, I'm going to put this thing away so that I don't knock it over. I'm back. Oh, God, I was really hoping to get to the bottom of these comments before I started posing. Looks like we got a new member over at the Poser Posse, everybody. That's cool. Dude, I feel like 3 motorcycle accidents in, what, 35 years of driving? I'm doing all right, you know? Besides, there's a phrase over here on this side of the pond. I'm not sure if there's an equivalent in Europe. But that phrase is, there are only 2 types of motorcycle riders. Those who have been down and those who are going down. And I feel like that's wisdom. And I accept that. I knew what I was getting into when I was born. I knew it was going to end in death. It's bullshit bravado. We saw Morai before. Ah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it can go one of two ways. Either Abeloth kills him at the end of Ahsoka, or they recast. Which is too bad, because damn if Ray Stevenson isn't a great Darksider. I love the bearing of that man. Yeah. I'm funny. Sometimes. Oh, dude, I straight up did, and they were like, no. But that's not up to me anymore. The lawyer's doing that, so. Yeah, she's chill. We've seen a change in her. Yeah. Ahsoka is so afraid of Thrawn's possible effect on the Republic, she is willing to leave a bunch of normal soldiers and Ezra in a POW camp, despite the fact the war is long over. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not. That's not a glitch in the Matrix. I'm just legitimately thinking about that. And that's, yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with Ahsoka on that one. And I think that we'll see why later on down the line when we see what Thrawn does when he comes back. But we'll see. What's a lowlight? Oh, yeah, lowlight. That's cool. G.I. Joe stuff. I've got a Clone Trooper Jesse right over here, Austin. I was just, you know, there are times that I walk, and tell me if you have the same experience, but I have so many figures and statues laying around the place, like just throw them on a couch. But I have so many statues and figures laying around the place that I legitimately will go for weeks without even looking at some of them. Just walk right by and just not even acknowledge them. They just don't even register. And that had happened with Jesse and with my 501st clones that I have paired with him in this DTOF over here. And yesterday, I think it was just yesterday, I was walking by, I was doing something with Piper, and I was like, whoa, that Jesse figure is cool as shit. And it is. It is. It's very, very awesome. I don't know if Hot Toys plans to produce ARC Trooper versions of Fives and Echo. But I'd be down for it. Seriously. I actually just stumbled upon my my ARC Trooper Echo downstairs in the basement. 6 scale from Sideshow. In fact, I'm thinking about featuring that on an upcoming episode. Oh. Yeah, I know. I remember that. I want to say that was either in the novelization or in the comic book adaptation, because I do remember Obi-Wan calling Owen his brother. That would have been okay. Non-force sensitive, non-force sensitive brother, kind of resentful of the force sensitive brother, having that kind of a feud. That would have been really, really awesome. Kind of like Aes Sedai. What's her name? The Aes Sedai and oh god, Moraine in and I'm keep in mind I've only watched the TV version of the Wheel of Time. But Moraine has that sister who's actually appears much older than her right now. Her younger sister, which appears much older than her right now because Aes Sedai aged more slowly. Why am I talking about this? But it's very clear that she's resentful, not necessarily of Moraine's power, but because she went out into the world and actually left them there to contend with bigger things. And I get that. I think that's a pretty common thing. My mom always wanted me to go out in the world and experience the world, but on some level, I could tell she did kind of resent the fact that I wasn't there. Yeah, probably not worth exploring then, right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Yes, that's right. Templar and Depli. Which one got killed by the clone? Depli or Templar? Jedi Chris is here. Hello. Moving right along. Wow, just now catching up with that. So it was a surprising lightsaber fight with Sabine and Balin that changes Shin's beliefs. That's funny. I'm so in love with this Ahsoka series, I would get an array of figures. Dude, if you would have told me a year ago that I was going to see the release of the Rebels crew in Hot Toys form, I would have told you you're freaking high. Which coincidentally is what my lawyer said when he when he read the police report. Was this cop freaking high? Anyway, I'm so in love with this. Ahsoka, the White, Thrawn, Balin, Shin, Hera. I don't know that I need to go all in on Balin and Shin. Enoch is going to be really trooper. Hu Yang, all over that like hair on a gorilla. Yeah, the Ghost Crew and Hu Yang. Ahsoka the White, I'm all in for that. It will depend on release schedules, I think, whether or not I dive into Balin and Shin. But anything's possible. Walgreens, with their weekly call in the middle of the live stream to let me know that a prescription is ready that I don't need. I have no idea. Shrug, dip, press, row. You guys are funny. Let's see where. Episode 5 was great. Reminds me. I want to get on to the posing, but there's so many great comments coming down the pipe right now, and I want to give them their due. So much trauma she endured. Yeah, I think she's pretty closed off at the beginning of the series. Dude, seriously, I can't remember the name of the actor who played young Ahsoka, but she nailed it so hard that when I saw the fake news announcement about the Filoni series that isn't actually happening, I was like, it makes total sense. It would make absolute sense that Filoni already had a trilogy of films, if not written, then like a treatment for them, all set to go. And that casting was so perfect that you want to, and fan reaction was so positive to that actor, that you really want to see that. You want to see Anakin and Ahsoka in live action form. Some Clone Wars stories that we didn't get to see in the animated series. I would really, really welcome that. Yeah, it's true. I don't bet very hard. If I look at your stream and it feels like you're kind of a dick, then I won't accept it. If you're I don't know. There's probably no hard set of rules that I go to when I'm accepting friend requests on Facebook. It's probably how I'm more how I'm feeling on the day of. And I have to say that there are a mountain of friend requests on my Facebook page that I have not approved or declined. I just haven't visited them yet. Sometimes I accept friend requests in waves. When I actually have time to sit down and vet some people, that's when I accept friend requests. I gotta get to posing here, guys. My wife is gonna be coming over soon. I had that thought too, Mike. Yeah, that's actually what I think is the most plausible out, but we'll see. It depends on how serious they are about including Abeloth in the upcoming shows and movie. AJ Agrusa's here, and he brought his beard. Dude, for real. Yeah, I actually just stumbled up. I was deleting photos from my phone the other day, and I stumbled upon some photos that I took of my geek cave in Ventura, and Yeah. It's like, oh, that's why my, Oh, Maureen's sister was created for the show? Wow, that's... Okay. Alright, that's a segue. Because I wanted to bring up Halo. I know that I said that I was going to be doing, like, not required, but recommended reading, recommended viewing, and such. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that this week's recommended viewing for all of you out there is the Halo television show on Paramount Plus, which I especially recommend to those who have no experience with Halo, because you're going into it without the burden of experiencing the story as it evolved throughout the course of, what is it now, 7 different games, 8 different games, if you count 8 or 9 different games if you count that the strategy game. I watched it episodically, week by week as it came out, and doing that, no matter what the show, will take me out of it a little bit, because that whole week-long lag between episodes, I forget things. It's very hard for me to watch shows week to week. I do much better with a binge. So here it is, more than a year now after it was released, and I finally was able to binge watch it. And I did a series of mental exercises in which I unburdened myself of my preconceived notions of what the story is, and just accepted the story as it was told in the show. And it's really, really good. I can see how, if you have no experience with Halo going into it, it would be excellent science fiction, an excellent sci-fi series. Brutal action scenes. So if that's your jam, yeah, check that out, because there are especially 2 scenes, one in episode 1 and one in episode 4, I think, 4 or 5. Just brutal action scenes. And there's another scene that doesn't even involve a Spartan, well, half a Spartan, and a young girl that plays so much like one of the big battles in, say, the most recent couple of games, Halo 4, 5, and 6. It's really, really cool. So there's stuff to love if you're a Halo fan of the game. But if you know nothing about Halo, the game, you don't need to, because they've rebooted the story in a way that really flows well. It's just good. I'm having another freaking moment here. But yeah, so check it out. I highly recommend you check it out. Just watch the first episode. There are a couple of what they would call filler episodes, but I feel like this day and age, the way that the format is for television series, they make them all binge-worthy rather than episodic. They're more soap operatic. So you're going to get those episodes that are like more of a ebb, you know? I miss my there we go, Ariana Greenblatt. I miss my vocabulary. Really? You mean his look, or the character? Because we don't get to find out too much about Jesse in the show. But yeah, I get why you would like that. The look of his helmet, the fact that he takes that pattern on his helmet and tattoos it on his head. That's money. It's really awesome. Who's ready for posing? I've heard that the Halo show is not so great if you're a fan of the games. That's it. But even the way you said it, it speaks of the burden of coming into a new show like this with preconceived notions of what the story is. But if you look at it, if you just divorce yourself from that and just look at it objectively, then you can see how overall the characters are better developed. The story is much more engaging than a direct port of the story as it was told in the games would be. The story as it was told in the games, first of all, set new grounds for storytelling in video games. I mean, that's what drew me in. It was so immersive, and the way that you never see Master Chief's face, so it's actually much more believable that you could actually be the guy who's under the helmet. I can see why they did that, and why it wouldn't work in a TV show to do it that way. So yeah, I'm just absolutely delighted that by what they've done here. I can't wait to watch it again. It's really good. It's really good. It's really cool. Please check it out. Even if you are a Halo fan, I challenge you to relieve yourself of that burden of your expectations and just go in and watch that show. Because, and I know that there's an element of people that will just be like, if you have to just reset your brain to just accept the show, accept what you would see as the bad qualities of the show. No, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm just telling you that when you go into something like this, you can't go into it with expectations, because there's a reason why they're telling the Halo story on this show the way that they are. It's because a direct video game port would only appeal to fans of the game, and maybe not even all of those. So what you would get at that point would just be basically an inferior product. Whereas when you try to tell a story that's engaging to the most number of people, which is what they've done with this Halo show, then it's a success all around and everybody wins. But you just have to tell yourself that you got to take the win. Or in short, there's a reason why you and me aren't making these TV shows. It's all plastic, bro. It's all plastic. That's probably a perfect segue. Why do you think they make series bingeable instead of weekly release? I think that... Yeah, but that's the thing, is that with only 8 episodes, with only 8 weekly episodes, and a lot of the times they drop 2 of those episodes at once at the beginning, then you're only going to keep those subscribers around for like a week. I don't know. I'm currently eyeballing Hunter. You mean like he's across the room and you're staring at him hard? Like there's a staring contest going on? Because I got to tell you, man, from experience, that figure's going to win. Anyway, but I think that it's because of the longevity of it. Yeah, it's going to be episodic as it's released. And it feels like that's a corporate decision to release those things episodic. I don't know what the logic is behind it. But, sorry, my brain just quit. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm really interested in building up the display in my the House Party Protocol display in my bedroom. So I'm thinking that there are going to be a series of House Party Protocol episodes until that's all done. Midas is out. So I think the only ones that I have left to pose up are Disco, Sneaky. God, is that it? That might be it. Let me see. There it is. All right, let's blow this thing up. Disco, I've already got Red Snapper posed. I've already got Shotgun posed. Oh, Heartbreaker. So I'll have to do Heartbreaker. Star Boost. Got to do Star Boost. Silver Centurion I was already posed. We did that last week. And, of course, yeah, Sneaky. So we got 4 more episodes like this. And maybe I can just, like, speed it up and do 2 at once. Because I've got to tell you, sitting here, looking at this thing all week long and not opening it, even though I have opened and played with it in the past. Remember that bit in the 40-Year-Old Virgin? Where he talks about how hard it was for him to not open those figures? I'm with him. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful box. I read something about that a while back. Something to do with having to pay the actors per amount of time watched, rewatches, etc. Binging is cheaper for the studios. That's interesting. But how does that make any sense? I mean, you're going to watch the same amount of the show. You just might actually, if you're like me, then you're going to just watch them like several episodes a day. You know, I don't understand. I know that the writers got a big win. And I hope that the actors do as well. We'll have to see. Oh, yeah, she's great. Karen Travis is really, really good. I haven't read all of her stuff. She's also done some Halo stuff. That's worth checking out. I've reached the end of the comments! Yeah, dude, I was going to bring up Netflix, but yeah, that's legitimately the only reason why I still have Netflix. I'm ready to cancel some subscriptions because they're just getting expensive, bro. They really are. I'm gonna cancel, probably gonna cancel Hulu, and I'm probably gonna cancel Netflix until, I don't know, another Witcher season or another yeah, until something I like. You know, I'm just gonna develop a pattern of subscriptions, like 3 months with Netflix, 9 months without. You know, when I cancel Netflix, then I bring back Hulu. When I cancel Hulu, then I bring back, I don't know, Peacock. Who watches Peacock? Anyway. Oh, shut up! Now you're making me jealous. Okay. As you said, into poses. Boom. Oh, let me clear that. Ready? There he is! In all his purple and orange glory. It's blue, actually, isn't it? It's more like a blue. Closer to blue. So excited. One thing I will be able to tell you is that the hands on this thing are going to be sticky as hell. Yes, they are leaking. That thing that happens to plastic when it sits around for too long is happening to this one. So I need to either treat it or, let's go ahead and pop this up. I need to either treat it. There's got to be a way to fix that without ruining the figure. It's just science, man. It's just chemistry. So I'll explore that at another time. Plastic bits we don't need. More plastic bits we don't need. So many plastic bits we don't need. Just get rid of them. Oh, wow. Hello. Hello. What a weird looking armor. It's so wild. Some of these figures are these House Party Protocol figures, you can see when they were just throwing stuff together. It was just like, legitimately, the designers for these armors were kit bashing. They pull elements from the Mark 7, they pull elements from the Mark 5, and they just combine them all together into a whole new armor that's not really all new. It's just composites of different bits of armor. Nothing really remarkable about this one. I'm seeing what I believe are elements of the Mark IV here, but I could be wrong. Keith Lee, you'd probably be better for that. That's kind of unique. My hand is focusing on my hand. Let's go ahead and get that up front. These little bits right here on the back are kind of unique. I don't remember seeing those in any other armors. Deal with it. Yeah, I still don't understand what Disco is all about. Was he legitimately just, I don't know, was he experimenting with different, I'm legitimately feeling Iron Man's butt. Okay, yeah, totally right. The fists on this thing are sticky as hell. Yeah, I'm wondering if the other hands are too, or if it's just the hands that came with the figure. I bought this used. Okay, so far nothing on the flexi hands. Dude, I'm gonna go ahead and say this live, even though I'll probably regret it. But you know, my future ex-wife is coming over today, and you know that thing people do when they go in your bathroom and use your bathroom, and they just get all snoopy and look in your medicine cabinet. I'm seriously thinking about clearing out my medicine cabinet and putting an Iron Man armor in there, just giving the middle finger, just in case that happens. I'm not saying that my ex is going to snoop. I'm not saying that whoever she brings as a chaperone is going to snoop, but it's possible. And I just love the idea of just somebody, like say her sister or her best friend, coming with her and going to use the bathroom and just being like, I wonder what he's got in his medicine cabinet, opening it up. The only thing in there is a 6-scale figure of Iron Man, giving them the finger. I wish I could start a poll. I wish I knew how to start a poll. I'm gonna put the decision in everybody else's hands. Yeah. Is it a Mark 7 repaint? I don't think so. Yeah, it is. It is a Mark 7 repaint. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, there's these things that actually pop off on the other armor. Do they pop off on this one? Nope. Yeah, it's totally a Mark 7 repaint. Nailed it. Who said that? Who gets credit? James Coffin gets credit. Good for you, dude. Yeah, it's totally a Mark 7 repaint. I will be sending you my geek card. Okay. Yeah. Off gassing. Okay. So as we know, I'm totally doing this figure in a flight pose. Ugh, sticky hands. Yeah, this one's sticky. The flexible palms, articulated palms. Fuck! Just dropped the hand. Ow. Oh, old, injured. Crybaby. Fuck, it's really bothering me today, guys. I'm gonna have to... Okay, let's see. Should I light this thing up? I'm obviously not going to put the lights in disco, but I may... Here's the thing. They put these rubber pieces over the, see how there's a rubber piece there? Over the screw? So I've never once been able to actually get into one of these figures, one of these bases and put batteries in because of those rubber pieces. I don't know. I don't know. Boy, that song was repetitive. I did get it after Market Icarus. Yeah, years ago. Like 4 years ago, something like that. And I was actually looking at other armors today, and they're still commanding a pretty good price. I was looking at Gamma, because that was the last... they had me doing photos of Gamma for... I can't even remember why, but I had a Gamma figure in my possession for a time. And in my studio at Sideshow. And that's the figure that I legitimately left on my desk when I left Sideshow. That was the last thing that I shot. Fun. And so I like that figure a lot. There are some others that I'm kind of intrigued by. I would love... There was a blue one that they came out with, and I can't remember what its name was. Of all the things to drop, I dropped the cap on this guy. But I guess it's not really all that necessary. What's that? Eureka! See, it's amazing the things you can actually find when you clean your place. It would be really funny if this was a completely different cap that wouldn't go on. I think that might be the case. Nope, there we go, okay. It just cross-threaded a little bit. Oh, yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, Terry Sith is something that was left over when we were using StreamYard for, I want to say for, it was for something Sideshow related. Might have been unsealed. Might have not been unsealed. Alright, dudes. Let's break out the Apple box. You can see Keith Lee's stickers have been added to the mix over there. All of them. So if you guys have stickers that you want to be featured on my Apple box during the posing segment on this show, which is 30 minutes behind schedule right now, hit me up. Let me know. I think it'll be fun. Fun. All right, so he's going to be flying. Done. That's annoying. Okay. What did I do last week? Did I adjust the camera angle, or did I just bring the Apple box down? Let's try that. Don't break or spill anything. That's the rule. Hey, that works. Right? Last chopper's gonna fall off here. Okay, so I need these hands. Now this, for those of you tuning in, hoping that I'm gonna do something really, really impressive, this is gonna be really disappointment. Because this isn't designed to be impressive. There we go. Dude, the tingling in my hands right now is just so, my right hand is so bad. That means there's something putting pressure on a nerve back there. It's called radiculopathy. It's kind of like a form of paresthesia. There we go. Okay. So, eventually this figure is going to wind up on a wall mount that I've conceived but not yet created of the original 7 figures from the House Party Protocol. But that's not going to be like that for a little while. So let me just see. Oh yeah, you can get his legs together quite a bit, much better than Silver Centurions. So just for the sake of fun, I'm going to put him in an actual flight pose rather than a hovering pose. I was going to do another variation on the hovering pose that I put Silver Centurion into last week. So let's make this guy fly. Blasting off. Yeah. Blasting off. See how well he holds in there. All right, so. Oh, you know what would be fun? Is, and he did this a lot in the Mark 7 in Iron Man. I'm sorry, in Avengers, where he's flying and he's blasting at the same time. So yeah, okay, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to. Apparently that leg was already lowered. This is going to be a weekly thing where I pop a leg off every episode. Yeah, that's loose. Looser than most. All right, let's go and bring that up. Bring this up. Have that one extended. I'm going to. Are there? Okay. Get his head up. Oh yeah, man, he's got some nice extension on that head. Bring that arm back, like so. Get this arm up and forward. Can we turn the head? Oh, it doesn't really lean much. That's annoying. And the armor, let's see. The armor legitimately, something fell off. What was that? Oh, it's a panel. These panels come off. You can see, just by way of comparison. Yeah. Hot Toys, man. Always doing fun stuff. Can the chest plate come off? No? Yes, it can. Wow. See? Oh, Hot Toys. You're so cool. I'm gonna go on a dive. Find that missing part. Alright. Did 2 parts fall off? Son of a bitch. Ah. Almost lost my hat. I'm starting to see why more people don't. Oh, I see. Okay, so what I did there, what I'm running into here, is you can see that as the arm raises up, it collides, this part of the bicep collides with the shoulder armor there. That's creating an issue because I really wanted to have his arm just straight out front of him, and we can't do that. So rather than have Disco blasting straight out in front of him, I'm gonna have him blasting slightly to the side. You have to adjust, you gotta pivot. So that's the direction of his hand. So let's go ahead and turn that head. And then to compensate, we just rotate his torso and bend it back. I'm gonna turn that hand too so that it's more. And there we go. See guys, when life presents you with challenges, just, oh wow, it can do that twist even without the torso extended, which is great because as cool as it is to have that extra range of motion, word substitution, I'm making up new words. As cool as it is to have that extra range of motion when you extend the torso, it's not very attractive. It's not as attractive as when the torso is contracted. So yeah, I love that. Now, how do I want it? Do I want him? Oh yeah, I love that angle. Let's see if I can, looking at it like this. Yeah, there we go. Just go ahead and get him on the clamp. And let's see. Ooh. Alright. I think that works. I think I like it a lot. That's basically the angle that he's going to be at. Bring that into focus. Does that work? Yeah, I like that a lot. It's probably, again, it's probably going to be tweaked because I frequently tweak things. I am a tweaker. I came out wrong. Yeah, dude, they are. And I don't think that has anything to do with the die cast. I think that just they upped the quality in general of their production. Also, when these were happening, they were just cranking them out. If you'll remember, I think they recognized that it was going to be. I don't want to say a flash in the pan. I think that's being unkind. But the hype over the House Party Protocol armors was going to be short-lived after Iron Man 3 came out. So they wanted to crank out as many as they could while the hype was still there. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. Are you talking about this? If so, then thank you. Move in there. I don't know how you go through life being so wrong. What's this? Have you done a room tour? We'd like to see your collection. I have not done a room tour. Not because I don't desire to do a room tour, but because my ambitions for the room tour currently exceed my abilities. So there's a certain level of production value that I want to bring to that room tour that at this point I'm incapable of. Or if I'm capable of it, I haven't conceived of a way to actually do it. So what it may take is I may need an assistant, first of all. I'm definitely going to need something akin to a gimbal. I'm trying to cheat with slow-mo and shit, but it's not working. My house is actually in a place right now where I'm comfortable showing it off. For the first couple years that I lived here, I was not. The display was not really, and even now, the number of figures that I have on display is by far exceeded by the number of figures that I don't have on display. So I think a lot of people may have some preconceived notions about what my collection would look like, but you might be disappointed. because it's not as expansive as many others that are out there. If you look at a lot of the YouTubers who are 6-scale YouTubers, their collections are huge. They have like an entire basement devoted to it, or just a massive room. And I don't have a single massive room in this 1,100 square foot cottage of mine. So everything's just kind of spread out. It's more curated than a lot of people's collections. You see a lot of people like, oh, let's take Chris Taylor, TK421. As far as I can tell, he's managed to put every single one of his figures on display in what is not even a big space. And I haven't gone that far. I curate. I have themes that I have in mind, and you'll see this when I finally do the room tour. But each one of my DTOFs for the Star Wars display, for instance, has a theme to it that's very specific. And I've had to make decisions about what to keep and what to store. So yeah, hope that helps. But yeah, it's coming. I hope to have it done by the end of the year. Although that might be a little bit ambitious of me. Yeah, we can talk, dude. That would be a big help. Just having you on board with that would be a big help. Although I'm conceiving of just like bouncing it back, actually just shooting a ton of footage and then narrating it from the station and in the studio the way that I would a pre-recorded video, any other pre-recorded video. But I haven't decided. I can't decide who actually wants to see my talking head on camera during a room tour. Maybe all you want to see is just the stuff and just keep me out of it. But just working on it. Oh, is that right? That's fun. Wow, we should definitely talk. Dude, no. Street Fighter is not my jam. In fact, I recently did a giveaway of the only Street Fighter poster in my possession. It was an autographed print by Stan Lau, Art Germ. Oh, that reminds me. Is it nearby? No, it's in the other room. I'm not going to go get it. I found the princess Stan Lau print. Yeah. So maybe I'll give that away because there's really no place to hang it here. But yeah, get Toyota. That's anime and Street Fighter. Not really my jams. It's just exhausting. There's so many cool things in the geek universe that trying to keep track of all of it, it's very, very hard. Especially when you're like me and you forget stuff all the time. So you have to go back and rewatch it. All right, guys. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Bring in other figures. That's right. That's part of the process here. I'm taking that as a cue from producer Alan, who... There we go. Has that been at that weird angle all this time? All right, so I'm going to move this up. Oh, I think that arm is coming a little bit loose. So I'm going to move this up and over. There we go. Fuck. All right. All right. I'll be right back because I did not plan ahead. That's a terrible angle on that. That's much better. All right. These will be fun. Yeah. Iron Patriot. I am Iron Patriot. Who you may recognize from the video that I just did showcasing how to tighten up ball and socket joints in your Iron Man collectibles and similar collectibles. And of course, somebody who's sure not to be able to fit into the camera. Or maybe not. Maybe he's okay. And I'm gonna have to hold him in place because he's so freaking huge! Yep, we got Igor. Look how big he is. Yeah, we got lights. I thought I remembered putting batteries in this guy. I honestly don't remember where his battery compartment is for his chest. In fact, this may not even light up. Is Igor a power poser? No, he is not a power poser, man. He is a fully articulated figure. In fact, one of my dreams is to have Igor posed in a DTOF like he's holding the shelf above him up. Well, yeah, look how cool that guy is. He's great. He used to be on display in here, but times change. And just all the different colors. That's why I'm kind of exploring different Iron Man armors for like Gamma, like the blue one that I talked about, which I can't even think of right off the top of my head. I'm gonna go ahead and move Igor over because he is threatening to topple things himself, for instance. Man. Okay. Down there you go. Oh. Is Igor my favorite armor? He might be. He's like a small baby. Yeah, dude, let's see. Igor has great details. I think that's part of what won me over. This one was actually a gift, a perk, from when I worked there full time. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move this over and take down this Apple box and wrap up this video. Oh yeah, that just looks so cool. That hand is really screwing with the f1.8, baby. Who needs depth of field? All right, guys, that's it for today. I've got to pick up this mess before my future ex-wife gets here. And yet is still smaller than the Hulkbuster. Yeah. Wild, right? The recently repaired Iron Patriot. What are your thoughts about that one? It's cool. It's cool. It's the same figure head to toe as the Mark II, which I don't have. And if I had one, I would definitely want to go for the second offering of it. The first offering, the loose joint thing was very, very real. And I think that they've adjusted the paint a little bit so that it looks... I like the look of the paint on the second release. The first one would have been... I'm trying to remember. Where did he first show up? Okay, they did one for Iron Man 3, even though it never appeared in the film. And then they also did one for Avengers Age of Ultron. So the Age of Ultron version is the one that you want, if you're going to get one. It's just... yeah. It's just that much cooler. All right, guys. When you see the bedroom, you'll get it. Oh my God, I'm legitimately closing the bedroom door when Lindsay gets here. Not letting her in. In fact, I might even close the studio door. I'm just like, nah, you don't need to see that. I remember her being like the collectibles are taking over, and you know they were just confined to one room, and there was like there might be like one really awesome statue out in the living room or something like that, and she's just like in distress, saying the collectibles are taking over. I'm like, what? And I'm really looking forward to like her showing up and seeing the state of this place, and so I can just say, see, all that time I was holding back. Ow. All right, guys. Let's see. Maybe I've got to come up with a better way. This live stream scenario is not ideal for unboxings. It's great for just being a talking head, but yeah. You know, the Hulkbuster would have been an engineering masterpiece. What they were able to do to accommodate the people who desperately wanted to be able to fit their actual Mark 43 figure all the way into the suit was very impressive. But if you recall, when the Hulkbuster was first announced, it was going to be fully articulated, and you would have a bust of the Mark 43 that you could put in there. But people didn't want that. People didn't want a bust. They wanted to be able to put the whole figure in there, which is like, well, then you're not displaying the figure. I don't get it. So what we got instead was a somewhat neutered version of the formerly fully articulated Hulkbuster armor, which I much would have preferred as a poser. I much would have preferred that over being able to fit a figure, hide a figure inside of a figure. So that's my gripe. That's my only real gripe, I guess. Apart from my stiff neck and back. Anyway, enough. It is 10:55. I have 1 hour at a minimum until Lindsay gets here. So I have to prepare. Got to reset. You guys, this has been fun. It's been a lot of fun. See you next week. And until next time, be good to your plastic. Bye.